Welcome to the inaugural Challenge Shepparton. On behalf of the crew from Shepparton News, Super Sprint Events and the entire Challenge family, we'd love to welcome all 1,300 competitors that will be making their way out into the heart of Shepparton to take part in this wonderful event. Brand new venue, as I said before, in Victoria Park Lake. It's going to be outstanding for a swim, bike and run. Guys, thank you very much to all of your family and friends that will be coming along as well, all of our international and interstate people coming out to not only compete but watch those around competing as well. We'd also like to thank our very special sponsors for the event. We've got the Greater Shepparton City Council, Shepparton Show Me, McDonald's of Shepparton and Marupna and Hammond Nutrition for all of their support, and to all of the police and volunteers that have also become part of this event. This video briefing is here to help you get by with all the information, tips and tricks to get through this event, and also to do away with one of those unnecessary briefings in the morning. We know you all just want to get into your warm-ups and get out there racing as well. So in this briefing, we're going to cover the kit collection and bike checking details. We're going to cover your athlete race kit items, your course and transition rules and details, and we'll also finish with post-event and spectator information. I'm also joined by my esteemed colleague over here, the technical delegate for this event, Challenge Shepparton, Mr. Brian Hinton. Brian, thank you for joining me for this briefing again.
I'm excited on behalf of the technical team to be part of this new event. It's an well-established triathlon venue, but the new course represents a great challenge for all of us, and I'm looking forward to it, as is the team.
Fantastic, so let's get into it. Kit collection, one of the most important parts of a triathlon weekend. Preparation's key, Brian?
Absolutely.
Alright, so let's have a look. There's 2 times available for kit collection. If you're there nice and early on the Friday, you'll be able to get your kit from 4 until 6 PM. But please remember, you will not be able to rack your bike at this time, just able to pick up your kits. The main kit collection time will be happening on Saturday, the 15th of November, between 11 AM and 4 PM. You do need to remember that your bike needs to be racked in that bike compound though by 4 PM, so better to get in early, get it done, get yourself set up, and as we said, preparation is key. Guys, you'll need your e-ticket. That's waiting in your inbox, so check your emails. Your e-ticket, either print it or put it on your phone and show for your kit collections. If you do have any questions though, info@supersprint.com.au is going to be your best friend. Bike checking, one of the all-important parts. Now remember guys, as I said before, from 11 till 4 on Saturday the 15th of November is the only time you'll be able to get your bikes into the bike compound ahead of Challenge Shepparton. You'll need to make sure that you've got your bike post and stem stickers attached. You'll need your security pass with you as well. And Mr. Technical Delegate, anything else I need to remember?
Please bring your helmet along, fasten it so we can inspect it, so all's good for race morning.
So do you hear that guys? When your bike is brought into the bike compound on Saturday the 15th of November, you'll need to have your helmet on and done up. This is so it gets inspected at that time, and the technical delegates from Triathlon Australia will be very happy with all of our competitors at Challenge Shepparton. A couple other things to remember as well guys, please don't put your wristbands on until race morning. It just gets a little bit awkward when you're in the shower the night before and getting yourself ready. Probably best to put that wristband on. You do have a security sticker to help you get in. Wristbands the next morning or on competition morning. And also remember guys, you can access the bike compound again on race morning. You do need to be gone by 6 AM. You'll need to have your wristband on then, and you can access the bike compound near the main stage. So remember guys, we do need those bikes checked in and racked with your helmet on Saturday the 15th of November between 11 and 4. And then you can access the compound again on race morning with your wristband on and near the main stage. Race kit items. Guys, this is all important to make yourself get through the whole security process and get yourself timed appropriately throughout the race. Race belt to attach your race bib. Race bib needs to be facing the front, guys, during the run leg as well. We want to get those photos, you want to save those mementos, don't you? That's the only way we know who you are and can sort you. Don't forget your helmet sticker to be placed on the right-hand side of your helmet, and make sure you do that nice and early as well. Don't forget your security wristband. That's going to give you access to the bike compound on race morning. Bike post sticker, race number needs to be facing to either side of the bike. That's going to help out with your bike timing. And don't forget helmet sticker, bike sticker and your security wristband must all be affixed prior to going into the bike compound on a race morning. And do remember, I said before, that bike post sticker does need to be on the Saturday when you're racking your bike into the bike compound. A couple other things to remember: your race number tattoos need to be applied as per the instructions, and in order to save time, probably best to do that at home, guys, or maybe even on the Saturday when you do collect your credentials and also put your bike into the bike compound. One all important thing, and I know Mr. Technical Delegate over here will tell you, what do we need to tell them about the swim?
The swim cap must be worn before you enter the water and line up for your particular wave. And it also helps us with the security in the swim leg.
I know it's not a fashion statement, guys, but hear that, you must wear your swim cap during the entire swim leg. The swim leg, my favourite leg. This wonderful M-shaped course of 1.9 kilometres is outlined with 3 highly visible challenge buoys. So make sure you do follow the course appropriately, guys, because we have Buggerlugs over here and his crew ready to get you into all sorts of strife and penalties throughout the swim leg. Remember, guys, as well, the elite males will start at 6:30 AM, the elite females at 6:33 AM, and then we'll have wave starts of about 60 participants going from there on out. You do need to remember to stay within your group, your wave start. You can tell by that beautiful swim cap you've got there in your kit. Also remember, guys, this will be a deep water start. So you will be out there in the water for your race start. No pontoons here, guys. This is a 1.9 kilometre long course event. So you'll enjoy it. You'll know how to do this sort of thing. You can warm up as well. We've got the Aqua Moves pool available up until 6 AM to get your warm-ups done. And please do make sure you do warm up ahead of this giant swim, I should call it. Now, Brian, Mr. Technical Delegate, I've called you the ogre so far. I'm sorry about that, but there's a couple of technical elements of this swim as well we do need to discuss. Yes,
for many of you this will be the first M-shaped swim course that you've done, and particularly when you're going to the first swim buoy, you're going to be turning back on yourself. There'll be congestion, and that's where we will be looking for any unsportsmanlike behaviour. So if there's absolute deliberate interfering with other athletes, you're in danger of having your number recorded and possibly disqualified for an offence such as that. There are other opportunities that you might just get mixed up a little bit on cutting across at a part of the M, particularly from the third turn. So please pay attention to the swim course and no unsportsmanlike behaviour in the water.
There you go, guys. We know you're all going to be good though, so that's the swim leg. The transition area. Now guys, there's a few things available within the transition area. There's toilets, change room facilities and also a drink station. Remember, hydration is going to be key throughout the course of this long course event. Now, in order to make it fair and equitable for all competitors, once you've got your bike, you'll all need to head to the southern end of the compound in order to make your way to the mount line and out there onto the bike course. Now, this can be quite a technical area of the course for those of you who have been involved in long course before, and for those of you that haven't, remember the transition area is where our technical officials over here will be keeping a very close eye out. Now, Brian, what is it that your team are going to be looking for?
Early in the morning before you go to the swim, we want you to keep your transition place nice and tidy without any extra equipment that might cause a trip hazard or otherwise interfere with another competitor. Once you've come back from your swim and you've come into transition, it's most important that you put your helmet on, you clip the helmet up before you attempt to unrack the bike and proceed out to the mount line. In the reverse, coming back in, it's most important that you rack your bike before you unclip your helmet and take your helmet off and proceed to the run leg. We'll also be looking at how well the bike is racked. If it's a hazard for another competitor, that could result in a time penalty.
That's another penalty, guys, but I'm sure you're going to be good. You're going to clean and tidy your room like your mother's told you back in the day. That is a reminder though, Brian, when you are in the transition area, please don't leave any bags. So when you go in on the Saturday or even on the Sunday morning, no bags, guys, just your race equipment, towel, shoes, you name it, whatever you need there, but please take all of your bags out and put it in the bag closet. But remember, guys, keep your area nice and tidy or else that's a penalty.
Yes.
Transition area for teams. I know there's a lot of you with teams that always have a lot of questions. Now guys, your transitions will happen at the bike rack. How do you get to the bike rack? Well, your bike racks are actually going to be at the southern end of the compound, and you'll also need to enter from the southern end of the compound. If you're part of a team, you need to go there roughly 10 minutes from the end of your competitor immediately before you end of their leg within that competition. So roughly 10 minutes before, make your way into the bike compound, do the transition at the bike rack. Now, one all important thing to remember is you do not do any warm-ups in the bike compound. If you're going to do your warm-ups beforehand, please make sure it's outside in the main area, not in the transition zone. But guys, that is for team transitions. Everything's happening at the southern end. Your bike racks are at the southern end of the compound, and entry point is at the southern end of the compound. Have a good race with that one, guys. The bike leg for Challenge Shepparton is going to be a cracker. 90 kilometres flat, out and back, 2 laps. Guys, it's going to be a great scenic ride. You're going to love every second of it. So what you're going to do is head out on the Midland Highway. You're going to head through the township of Mooroopna before turning and heading towards Toolamba. So participants will travel along the Toolamba-Rushworth Road and through the western fringes of Toolamba. It's going to be an absolute blistering bike leg, guys. Don't you love that it's flat? I do. The southern turnaround point for the cycle leg is just past Bitcon Road on Mooroopna-Murchison Road. So remember, you do need to pay attention to all of the marshals around the course, especially the directions. It's a long course, as I said before. 2 laps, 90 kilometres is the journey. So if you see an accident on course, guys, we'd really like you to report it to the next marshal you come across. That way we can organise to get you looked after if you are the person that's had that accident. Remember as well, guys, if you do have any issues out on course, CBD Cycles will have roaming teams out there to assist you with any of your dramas. All of our competitors are advised to start the bike leg with 2 full drink bowls. Guys, remember that hydration is going to be key on this long day out there in the saddle, so we do want to see them come back empty as well. But just in case, to assist as well, we do have aid stations out at the various points around on course. They'll be at the 40 kilometre mark, the 62 kilometre mark and the 85 kilometre mark. Now at these aid stations we'll have Hammer electrolytes. Now with Hammer Nutrition as one of our great sponsors of Challenge Shepparton, do make sure you do take advantage of their sponsors' products. I know I certainly will, and also get that water into yourself as well. Now in the event of any extreme weather, we will also have an additional aid station at the 17 kilometre mark out there. Toilets will also be located at aid stations. When approaching the venue on your first lap, please keep to the right. That way you can do your U-turn without getting caught up with anyone else finishing their bike leg. At the completion of your second lap, please move to the left and straight into the transition area. Now Brian, Mr. Technical Delegate, anything we need to tell the guys to be aware of out there on the bike course?
Well, firstly, being a long course, the relevant drafting zone is 12 metres by 3 metres. So 12 metres is quite a long distance. What the technical officials would be looking for is if somebody stays within that drafting zone for a period of time. Inevitably, you might find yourself momentarily in that drafting zone. We'll be looking for your attempts to do something about it. So to remind you technically of the rules, that you have 20 seconds to complete a pass. If you cannot complete that pass, you must drop back. If you are passed by another athlete, then you must drop back before you attempt to repass. Otherwise you will be doing a paceline type of operation, and we can't have that. Now fundamentally it's most important that cyclists stay as far to the left as possible unless they are passing, because otherwise if you stay out in the middle a little bit, your ego's getting the better of you, you can cause what we call an offence of blocking. In other words, it's not easy for the other competitors to get by you. Lastly, all triathlons exist on the wonderful cooperation of councils and police, etc. So it's most important that you do not discard any gel packs or anything like that on the course. That will be a disqualification if you are seen doing that.
Okay guys, so have you heard that? Stay to the left like you are out there on your normal road. Observe pretty much almost no road rules as well, guys. Also, remember that drafting zone, that's all important. You don't want to get the penalty outlier on the bike leg, and you certainly don't want to get a disqualification at all. A couple of other things to remember as well, guys. Please be safe in the turns. We want you to make sure that you do go at the safe speed, don't overshoot a corner, don't overcook it. Remember, it is a 90-kilometre course, and sometimes it's better to take a couple of Ks off that turning speed in order to make sure you get through the corner. And the other major key is at 11:30 a.m, the road closures will begin to open up. So by midday, you'll be sharing the course with fellow motorists. We want you to finish the race. So if you haven't met that 11:30 a.m. cut-off time, you can still complete the bike leg, but remember that from midday, you will be sharing the road with general motorists. We'll do our bit, the police will do their bit, the marshals will do whatever they can to keep you as covered as possible. We just want you to be aware to make sure you stay safe, because at midday, you will be sharing the roads with general motorists. The run leg. Guys, final leg, you're headed straight for home. The run leg consists of 3 laps of just over 7 kilometres each, and on a relatively flat, I know that's good news for some of you, a relatively flat course. Now guys, what you're going to do is you're going to follow the course past the swim start area, heading along the footpath which skirts Aqua Moves. The athlete will then follow Tom Collins Drive in a northwest direction, where they will complete a U-turn at Travascus Parade. Then, following the sealed footpath along the shaded native flora and fauna reserve, doesn't that sound wonderful? Then you'll be crossing the Goulburn River. Runners will then return onto Tom Collins Drive, heading south to the second U-turn on Fitzjohn Street, before completing a lap around Victoria Park Lake, where they will re-enter the venue to continue their second and third laps to the finish line. It's actually going to be a fantastic run leg, guys. I know you're going to enjoy every second of it. Aid stations, I know you're going to want to hear where they are. So they're going to be located at 5 various locations: 100 metres, 1.9 kilometres, 3.1 kilometres, 4.2 kilometres, and the 6 kilometre marks. That will be combining for 15 different opportunities to stop for a drink, or also to get some nutrition within there. Hami Nutrition are there for the rescue again. Hami Nutrition's high energy electrolyte drink, cola lollies and fruit, and gels will also be provided by Hami Nutrition. Now, the toilets will be located throughout each lap of the run leg. Now, that's pretty much my area of the run leg covered. Brian, from a technical standpoint, what do our competitors need to know?
A reminder yet again, no public urination on the run course, and certainly no discarding of gel packs on the run course. We do remind you to complete the run course as it's laid out, and not to try and cut any corners.
No cutting of corners, guys, but again, I know you'll keep it nice and tidy out there on the run leg. Spectator information. If you're watching this and you're going along to support your loved one who's a competitor, here's a few key times for you to remember as well. Make sure you do jot them down so you know where to be and when. Swimmers will be on course between 6:30 a.m. and 8 a.m. Cyclists will be on course between 6:50 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. Runners will be on course between 9 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. The first elite male is expected to finish at around about 10 a.m. with the first elite female to finish not long afterwards. Guys, if you do want to keep an update on the times and how your loved one or your family or your friend is progressing out there on course, you can head to the Results Hub, which is on site at the event at Challenge Shepparton. You can also download the free iPhone app. So it's for iPhone only from the App Store, Super Sprint Events, live timing, so you can get those splits as well on your iPhone. One of the very special things about being part of the Challenge family, and in particular part of Challenge Shepparton, is that for the final 20 metres of the finishing chute, you can run with your loved one or your family member or friend that's been a competitor as part of the whole Challenge Shepparton. This is one thing that is unique to the Challenge family, except Brian, we do need to be aware that sometimes when a big group finishes, it may not be possible at that time.
Absolutely. We will be working with the race operations team to manage that. But we do ask you to be mindful in the lead up to your friends, competitors coming in, to have a look at the density and work as best you can with the race officials.
Yeah, we're going to make it happen, guys. Just if you work with us, we'll work with you, and it's going to be a great day. Well, that's it from us, guys. All the hard work's been done, all the training will pay off on the day, and guys, remember, it's all in aid of this nice finisher's medal. I might just put that on my head there as well, guys. I want you to really enjoy yourselves out there. I'll be waiting for you at the recovery line. Don't forget to also enjoy everything you hear from my mate Matty Harris and Phil Rockner. They'll be there as your course announcers on the day. And Brian, it's going to be a wonderful event. Is there anything else you want to add?
The day will be a success from our point of view on the technical side if we give out very, very few penalties. We want you to be happy punters at the end of the day and come up and congratulate the race team and everybody else who helped make it work. And in the meantime, I think you haven't quite earned this.
Right, come on, mate, surely. No, you know what, guys? I'm going to hold on to this one. He's going to be looking out for all the penalties, but don't worry, guys, we're all there for a bit of fun as part of the Challenge family. Stay safe. We'll see you soon at Challenge Shepparton.